And how many times you're going to change up that design? Actually, I kind of like the hovering screen. Kind of kept that up there, and I decided to put two big boxes on each side, and then put in the 80-inch 235.1 at the bottom. So that's what I got my little broken up screen there. So anyway, I'm getting a lot of emails about the equipment I'm using, and people have been asking me about what's the best surface to apply it to or use it with. Let me get something real quick. Put my sneakers on. And from what I have seen from testing multiple applications, it does not go well with gray. It does not go gray or white, neither one of them. Because the problem you have there is the fact that majority of the visual effects that I see that I actually downloaded, the backgrounds are black. Majority, most of them, the backgrounds are black. So the contrast level is not even there, even if you're basically you're scanning it. It's not there. All right, so I'm going to be doing some testing. Like I said, I'm already in the process of buying a few paints here and there, not only just for the scanning applications, but I will be buying some other applications just to show you that even screen paints or projection screens, if it's gray or basically if it's white, it's just not going to look right at all, period. That's like trying to get the matrix to pop off on a white screen. That's not going to work. Like my my design there with Captain America. I think I'm gonna do a bunch of those screens that actually look like they're hanging by themselves with nothing connected onto it. I'm set it right there. All right, so what I should do is I should bring up my big boy screen, but then again, I kind of like this whole hovering box thing. I'm gonna keep that up there. So I've got a library full of cool stuff to play around with. So let's see what we can bring up here. So what we're going to do first is I'm going to put several applications onto the surface because like I said, from all the videos I've seen, the forum site that I'm in right now, I've actually showed off a few of my items, the black screens, the different forms of ways I've actually painted different boxes and stuff. Got a lot of people interested on basically coating the surfaces black. All right, so let's, we're also too going to coat one with regular house paint, and we're going to do snowstorms and white levels. We kind of know how that one's going to end up anyway. Let me get some tape. I need tape in here. No tape. I have no idea how I went through 3 rolls of frog tape. Did I do that much painting this month? A lot of freaking painting. I went through 3 rolls that fast. Around. So my gaming room this week, the miniature gaming room. Oh shoot, cameras will be here. My miniature gaming room will officially be done this week. Computer, all the equipment comes in. I can't wait. I got the LED lights coming, and I got the screen already hanging up. So I'm gonna have to redo the screen again because I marked that screen bringing it up the stairs. It was a pretty big screen to bring a 106 up a bit of a curved area. Just trying to find me a roll of tape around here somewhere. I'm not tracked down for some reason. 3 rolls of tape. Can't find one. Customer. Instead, wow, I actually did that much painting. 3 rolls of frog tape. Wow. Alright, I got a word more frog tape. Not only that, I can't do the camera demonstrations. I got more frog tape. I need more cowbell. All right, then I'll have to use electrical tape instead. I really don't know. I think I did. I think I just actually really went through that much frog tape. Wait. Hold on. There we go. I have to say, there's no way of working with that much frog tape. All right. Dip-dee-dee-doo-da, dip-dee-dee-day. My, oh my. I don't use this much. This is the Cinema 3D. So here. So we're going to do all sorts of tests. We're going to do sculptures of boxes. We're going to do a box sculpture in white paint, box sculpture in black technology, and a box sculpture in gray. So we're just going to run through everything. All right, so that is a gray Cinema 3D. This is a Cinema Gray. So you can see right from here, Cinema Gray. I can't put anything on the box here because it's pretty much hanging up with fishing string. Let's grab, got some screen paint mix here. Now keep in mind, that's 12 technology. The UV mix couldn't pull a contrast level against 12. So we already know the outcome of that one. All right, so let's go in and let's change something. Let's go over here and take out our character here. And I'm going to take out all of these because I don't need all of these in here. Take these out. Take this out. We're going to need that. Go back in. Come on, where are you? Bring it down. All right, page right here. Something a little buggy. Come on now, behave. There we go. All right, let's go into what things we can pull up here. Got a whole lot of stuff to look at here, people. Let's go with some outer space first. So if you're going to do a Starfield kind of demonstration for a setup or application, we'll do that one right there. I think this one right here. Pretty sure it is. Not that one. It's got to be the first one. There we go. All right, so we do a Starfield application. And we'll publish that one. That'll be loading up in a couple of minutes. So now we're going to bring the Galaxy in. That'll look pretty cool if I had that up on my ceiling. There we go. So now we're putting a Starfield application right now. Like I said, you couldn't achieve any of that. You have to have majority of most of the visual effects that you're going to bring up, especially if you're going to be using this for parties or even if you're going to be doing anything you're going to use in any application with this with, you can't go with the gray, white, or any of those screens. Even the mix, we got a gray mix right there. We got two gray projection screens right there, and all this is coated with our technology, coated with our 12 technology. So that is a cardboard box there, that's the cardboard box there, that's the cardboard box there, and that right there, the big screen right there, was made out of a bed sheet. Yep, that is a bed sheet. I'll show you the other side of it. That's an actual bed sheet coated with our technology. And if you're wondering what is that screen being held with, that's fishing wire. So I thought it'd be cool to do a hovering screen. So that is actually 2 United States postal boxes right there with some fishing line to make the hovering projection screen and make it look it's just standing there. But so you can see. Same application, same thing applies to with projection screens. Is the same thing that applies to basically if you're using some form of Scandi mapping for visual effects or any special effects. you're going to have that problem if you're using a gray screen, or you're still going to have that problem regardless. Some people think because it's you using a form of digital mapping that basically I could map in contrast. No, you can't. I can scan this whole entire thing. You see the scan when it comes up, the scan comes up as black and white. All right, let's just find something else we can play around with. You're just gonna have to just keep to like really bright colors because you're not gonna go near any of the visual effects stuff. That's not gonna work. And majority of the stuff in the library does use a lot of heavy contrast. All right, so let's go into blah, 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 blah. Let's go back into our menu and let's pull up another demonstration. Another one. Let's pull up the matrix. I'm going to do the matrix right now. All right. Change it over. So now we're going to run a matrix background. Digital code. There's the digital code. So you can see on the other end that the white screens, gray screens, even the mix cannot bring it up. I know some people think like, no, it's just a regular projector just hitting. No, it's not a regular projector because that's a regular projector. That means you would see the screen back here. That was a regular projector. I'm using scanning. So that's why there's nothing pushing through, nothing on the ceiling. Everything was mapped out to fit those objects in there. So if I want, I can pull my projector back. I can hit this entire room in here and I can matrix the whole entire room. Or I can basically make the floor like it's falling apart and there's lava boiling underneath of it. It's amazing what you could do with these things, man. But it doesn't look good unless it's being projected on a form of black technology. We're going to do that too. I'm already mounted the projector upstairs so I can actually project on the floor. So we're going to take a white screen, black screen. We're going to put them on the floor and show you which one's going to give you the best visual effects. Now, like I said, one of the biggest issues I saw on anybody that was displaying these, and check it out for yourself. Like I said, go check out the videos for yourself on Lifeform videos. You will notice that everybody uses these projectors are in the dark because they have no choice. I take my lights out. This is how they're using them, just like this. They don't have this option. All right, well, they will soon, because now we're going to be developing a more concentrated, higher gain. I think I'm going to make it a spray-on application for 3D mapping, because I think that'd be the best way to go, to spray it on, because a lot of people have sculptures, and it's easier to spray a sculpture than it is to roll on. So I think I'm going to make a 3D mapping version we're going to make 3 different coats of it. We're going to make one in black, we'll do one in that clear, which we're going to do that clear. I think there's only 2 we're going to do. And we might do a spray on sky blue. All right, we've got our matrix going on. Okay, let's do let's pull up. Let's see. There's a lot of stuff in here to play around with. A lot of stuff to play with. Oh, I definitely want to do this one right here. More and more you actually work with this, the less bugs you run into. Kind of got the hang of it now. I started with scanning large objects like screens and stuff, and then I worked over to scanning smaller objects just to see exactly how much less of the image. Because keep in mind, when you scan it, when you start doing your scan, you'll get a little slither of a part of the projection. We hit here, over here, over here. Just got to basically perfect it so you can get in there just right. Now see this display right here? You'll never be able to do this on a white or gray screen. It's not even going to come up. Don't even entertain it, just not going to come up. Here I'm putting right here is the UV mix. There's the UV mix right there. Doesn't pull up black, it pulls up gray. The only way you're going to be able to see UV mix being used on this kind of scanning technology is it's going to have to be done in the dark, which eventually you find yourself back in the dark again. But it's not going to pull black level. It's going to come up with dark gray. So whether you use dark gray or whatever, it's not going to come up. Keep in mind, I noticed for myself, because we do make a black silver. And I said it many times before in any of my demonstrations. When it comes to black contrast levels, there's no screen that will be able to beat that 12. Not even the extreme black, because they can produce a 100% contrast level. Not only that, they produce very bright high white levels, which means the black cannot compete with that screen when it comes to contrast levels. The blue can't compete with that screen when it comes to contrast levels. The 9 can't compete with it, or the Eclipse. The black is the only technology we have that produces 100% contrast. And we make a screen called the Platinum Eclipse, which is actually darker than the UV. And that screen couldn't even go side by side with the 12. So that's the darkest mix he makes. And it's not even coming anywhere close to matching a contrast level. And 12s can blend into his screen. All right, let's bring up some fishy fishies. Fishy fishies. So you have to have an absolute dark black surface if you're going to be bringing up any of these visual effects. Let's go over to let me take this one out. We don't need this one anymore. So we're going to remove this one. And we're going to remove this one so we don't get confused. And then we're going to go in and we're going to grab, let me see, one from this file. And we're going to grab, let me see what we got going on here. Whew. All right, give me a minute, bringing up the file. And remember, here's crow's mixed right there on the end. There it is right there. UV mix is going. We just blended his screen on a scan. Told you. The 12 will basically blend his screen with no problem. Can't produce a contrast level because the screen is not 100% black. But our screen produces a white level high enough that we can make his screen disappear and make the other screens completely wash out. So let's remove these. Right here, we'll take these off. And we'll look at the UV mix. Now keep in mind, I'll have the Frankenstein here soon. I said before, you know, everybody wants to review our stuff, right? So now it's time for us to review your stuff. It's time for us to take your stuff and put it under our strict rules and regulations that we have over here. I told you, don't want me reviewing your stuff. Anybody, any company. You don't want reviewing your stuff because I watch your demonstrations. I watch how you'll do your demonstrations. You'll cut a lot of corners. We don't cut corners over here. So I said, last thing you want me to do is review your stuff. And I will plan to review just about everything. And it will go through the same thing our screens have to go through. It's not going to be just his screen sitting out there or any other company screen sitting out there. Our screens will sit right with theirs. But it's there. It's right there. There's the screen right there. Now it's gone. That's just like if Screen Innovation did a whole bunch of tests on our screens, we're going to do the same thing back to them. Same test. Only fair. I think it's only fair. It's only fair. People want to review our stuff. We should have the right to review their stuff, but we're not going to cut corners. We're not going to baby the screen. And I see the demonstration. Any company, any big companies, not just one individual, any of these companies, I watch them do their demonstrations. They baby the screen. They do. I'm not going to do that here. Take your screen and stick it outside and put it through all the crap that we got to go through. Why not? If your screen could basically survive it, then that means bottom line you've been doing your homework. But if not, that means we're just going to basically, well, we all know how it's going to turn out. So, okay, so as we can see, we're able to mimic it even on a 3D scan. So we'll come out of here and go back into designs. Let's see. Let's go back into that. I'm going to go back to that star field. Star field. Let me see, let's come out of here real quick. It's there. It's there. Just gotta watch. Just looking at one little corner over there. It's there. It'll pop up. Watch. There it is. Right there. Can't pull contrast. Because can't pull contrast. You see what I mean by our technology is far more advanced, because bottom line is I can pull a white level high enough to hide your screen, yet I can pull contrast to expose it. You can't do that. We can do that with any other screen. Any screen that's that complexion or even higher, we can blend your screen. And that goes for the DMP, Supernovas, Black Diamonds, all the big companies. We can do the same thing. We can mimic your technology easily. And I'm doing this off a scanner. That's why I warned him, and I explained to him, do not do a side-by-side or any form of test demonstrations next to a 12. I gave him fair warning. I made this stuff. I know exactly what it's going to do. I tested against high-performance screens. If I'm testing against high-performance certified screens, what do you think an untested mix will do next to a screen like that that's used to having brutal testing all day long? And at that, we're doing it in a fully lit environment. So how do we get black contrast levels out of that? Then we have to turn the lights out. That's what I have to do, because this is where you're going to be sitting at. Got to be in the dark. See if you can basically get a better image if you're sitting in the dark. That's where you're going to be at. Pull lights on, because that screen will actually start showing its color. Closer to that. Let's scan. Now you want to talk about smoke and mirrors. Usually in those demonstrations, what they'll do is they'll turn the lights out and they'll say, look, here's this product, here's my product. It's doing the exact same thing with the lights out. But if they turn those lights on, which they will not do, the same demonstration with the lights on, the screen, you'll see the screen pop up. anger thing is they're upset because they can't do it. And there your screen just popped up right there. And we're not even using projecting, we're scanning images into the surface. That's what we're doing, we're scanning them in. So even on a scan, your image comes up. Doesn't come up well. So I'm curious. I think I'm going to request two of them. I think I'm going to go in and take a look at some of his videos. I think I'm going to request the Frankenstein and I'm going to request another one. Because the Frankenstein was supposed to beat our 8. So that one will go against the 12. And I do have an 8 downstairs too for the Frankenstein. We still have a 12 down there. I mean 8 that hasn't been coated. We'll take that one outside and do a Starfield demonstration. We're using a projector that's 4,300 lumens. So there's no excuses. It's a Sony VPL FH30, 4,300 lumens, 1920 by 1200 WXGA projector. So it shouldn't be a problem. Can't use the gray screens, are not going to do well because they can't pull contrast. Let's see if we go with something else. Let's go try, let's see, yeah, I'm telling you all the time, you're getting brighter colors. Brighter colors, much more brighter, vivid. Now you're getting faded, washed out images. That's what you're getting. That's what you've been getting. Let's see what's going on here. Here we go. Let's try this. I swear, I had paid $924 for this equipment behind me, and I hit this with a gray screen or a gray surface, I'd be a little ticked off. So let's turn the lights out. Now we got a better chance of producing a contrast level. Still not there, but we got a better chance of it. So here's the kicker. You're going to get the best performance. I'm not tooting my own horn here, but it is what it is. You want to get the best performance. And Black Technology is the best way to go if you're going to use any kind of form of scanning software or anything like that, especially if I'm using projection screens. And you know, contrasters and everything. It's in gaming, it's in everything. I would hate to see what a PS looks like on a gray screen. It's a waste. This is Blue Technology. And this is just using coding technology. On a 1080p projector, that's it. Now this technology, when it comes to the contrast on this technology, is good. Extremely good. It'll never come close to a black, never. But it is extremely good. The white levels are absolutely flawless. Colors are absolutely amazing. I guarantee you, bar none, that any mix, anything he designs, any new projection screens that come out, this is the nail in the coffin. That's why we got the patents tied on for it. But it's not the surface that's blue. Like I said, it's the coating that's inside of it that's allowing the projector to read. No calibration required. Bright, beautiful reds. And this is on a projector that was manufactured. Actually, they stopped making it in 2012. You know how old that projector is behind me? Let's turn off my LEDs. Front. These went out. I'm keeping these on. There we go. Keep those on. That's the coating technology we're going to embed into that invisible screen paint. That's going to allow that projector behind me to produce images on a whole nother level. How deep the reds are.
Now's the time to get your home ready for family. For a limited time, get 15 to 20% off.
Color enhancement technology. That code that's in there does so many things. But it boosts the color capability of the projector. Bright, deep reds, bright yellows. Look at the blues. And that's not the projector behind me. $230. No, $3,000 or $5,000 or not even $800. A used eBay projector for $230. That's what I paid for. That's all I needed. Screen does all the work. No ultra short throws. My projector sits back 18 feet back from the screen, and the brightness at 4,300 lumens is under 30. If you care to see that, and I'm happy to show you. There's my settings. Woo! Just took y'all with me to a ride. There's my settings right there. Oh, gotta go back and do it again. Sorry about that. They're gonna have to stay right there so I don't basically break my neck in the process. There we go. So you can see your settings, or my settings. There you are. My settings on my brightness on my projector are 22. 22. That's it. And my projector sits in whisper mode. Whisper mode on a Chrissy is the eco mode. All my projectors sit in eco mode. Brightness level 22. 26, under 30. Because the screens generate that much light. You know how long my lamp is going to last me in my projector? Usually I do light up demonstrations, but I figure When people say, well, I thought you're aiming light projection. I do so many demonstrations with the lights on that it's a treat that when I do finally turn the lights out. Because I consider it to be cheating. So this is no calibration, nothing to change on the projector. I just had to put up the 22, that's it. Let's come out of here real quick. Gotta ask yourself, what are you buying? See how beautiful that blue looks? Coating technology. Look how high the white levels are. Can pull contrast level. It's absolutely amazing. You have no idea. It's amazing. I freaking love it. Screen innovation, they want to come toe to toe with that? I welcome you. Any company that wants to go against this technology, I welcome you. I hope Screen Innovation throws their hat in the ring. After that little fiasco nonsense that they pulled, yeah, I definitely want to go side by side with their technology. Everything they got. You know, the beautiful thing about it is, it's not going to cost the customers an arm and a leg. No $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 for a projection screen. None of that. It'll be a coating that you have control over to paint anything you freaking want. Just like we have with the 12s or any other thing we design. Go out and buy yourself a cheap motorized projection screen, paint over that. Don't have to buy an expensive projector. Don't need that. I cannot wait until they finally call me and say, Mr. Berg, your patents are finished. Come down and do blah, blah. I cannot wait for us to launch this, man. Oh, and by the way, Elite, this is your screen I just painted over with our technology. So that's what we did toward your screen. We advanced the technology, what it was. Made it better than what it is. I'm gonna get a few emails. I got a feeling I ain't gonna get emails, but I don't care. I don't need the latest projector to make my technology look good. So right now I got a customer who just bought the 505. He bought 2 quarts of our black technology. He's going to use that on the 505. You see what the 505 looks like on 12. I got one upstairs in the gaming room. He's got the exact same setup, except for his screen is going to be 150 inches. He's never leaving his house. It's his first home theater setup. And he only had to pay $560 for his projector. He bought it used, he bought it over on eBay. And then another $187 for the paint. So, when the blue, we can't call it the blue, it's going to have another name attached to it, but when it finally launches, We're going to have this in 1 quart, 2 quarts, 3 quarts, 1 gallon, and 2 gallons. They want to show you outstanding detail up front. This is 720p, not 720p, what was this is a 1080p projector. So you see how incredible 720p's look on the technology. I told you if I would bump it up to a 1080p, why in the world would I need to bother with a 4K? $230 projector, used on eBay. That's the same thing when I did the demonstration against the, what was it? No, this same projector, versus the ViewSonic projector, the SVGA, 600 by 800 res on that black screen. Told you it makes a 720p look extremely close to a 1080p, which means my customers don't have to go out and spend all this money for a projector. And this is the PS4 running on here, not the 5, 4. Do it for far less. Spending too much money. Way too much money. Do it for far less. Let's get this off my screen. I think tomorrow I'm probably going to start doing the I'm going to start building the table. I want to build a tabletop projection screen. That's next. So I'm going to do a scan on a tabletop for basically changing out maps and stuff like that. A few people were asking me games like World of Warcraft and games like that about changing out maps and stuff by using 3D mapping or video mapping, and that's what I'm going to start working on too next. On making an all black table designed basically for changing out your maps and so forth and stuff like that. So let's see what we get out of that too. Let me come out of here real quick. And let's bring up something real quick on here. I'm just going to take all this stuff right here. Let's get rid of this. Let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of that. Oh, let's get rid of that. And let's go into and just grab just something here. Download a lot of cool stuff to play around with. There you go. You get a kick out of this right here. There we go. That's how the competition is going to look once that blue technology launches. And it's being displayed on a 720p projector. What? What? Oh yeah. When I get a chance to go to one of those shows, I'm not gonna get no, I don't want no 4K. I don't want a 1080p. I might get a 1080p. I might get a 1080p. I want an old one. I want something that has been discontinued, like that Christie behind me. That's what I want. A discontinued projector. And stick that in a booth with a whole bunch of lighting, way more lighting than what they have in their environment, and just put an old projector in there and just hide the projector. And have them all staring at it, thinking I'm using a high-end projector when I show them I'm using an old projector that was discontinued in 2012. That's the whole purpose. And there's nothing wrong. Like I said, unless you got a knockoff, but there's really nothing wrong with your projector. Your projector's working perfectly fine with no problem whatsoever. All right, I'm gonna put something on real quick, and after that, I'm gonna skedaddle out of here because I got some things to do, and I'm gonna sit down and relax for the rest of the night. But it just shows you that, you know, at the end of the day, Black Technology is where it's at. Now, when it comes to, like I said, that blue coating technology in there, whew, man, I told you that stuff is freaking. You got to see. I can't wait for y'all to see it in real life. It is freaking mind blowing. But anyway, like I said, the contrast levels aren't going to be as advanced as it's not going to be as high as a black, but as you can see, it doesn't lack. It really doesn't. I'm gonna keep this on for the night. I actually run this thing all night. I fall asleep and leave this thing running all night. Kind of like that little box right there, sitting in the middle. Sitting in it by nothing. You know, if you want to do your own form of floating screen, let me tell you two surfaces that go really, really well if you want to do a floating screen. Cardboard, of course, which I'm doing cardboard shipping boxes, which I'm using right now. And another thing, styrofoam. I'm going to do a styrofoam floating projection screen. I'm going to use that visible cable. You want to get really thin, fine, but strong fishing line. You don't want it too thin because then it'll snap on you. And you don't want to go through that crap. But yeah, really easy to do a floating screen. You stare at it. Ooh. Let's do the shattered screen effect. I got to do that. There's two of them on there. Actually, I want to check out real quick. Two of them on here. I'm going to check really quick out. This is in their library. I'm going to pop over in their library now. And I'm going to post that at their library. So we're going to grab, let me see. It's over in their visual effects. Alright, I'm going to grab this one. I've done this one quite a few times, but I do like this one right here. I'll publish that one. I like that one. And there's another one I saw that was pretty cool, so I like. Yeah, I like this one right here. That one I do like. And that's something else, like I said, very hard to pull off on a gray screen because the background comes up black. You're not going to be able to see that. And we've got another one on here. I was checking out. Right here. Is that cool or what? And these are their applications. Some of this one I thought was pretty cool, but I'm gonna play it anyway. We're all adults here anyway. There you go. Thought I'd put something cool before I leave. You get a kick out of it. I mean, she's covered. Boy, scanning technology is amazing. Pretty cool, eh? All right, with that being said, I'm out of here. Thank you all. She's covered, and I'm bad about it. She's with a bathing suit on. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video demonstration. Thank you all for your time, and I gotta go.